Filthy P, and of course everyone's favorite uncle.
Yeah, dog.
We're always here, weekly. Here we go. Today, we're talking about getting older. Of course, Dirty D shows up. Why do you always show up my intros? We're talking about getting older and realizing we have turned into our parents, or realize we're turning into our parents. One day, you're a young man in them streets trying to rack up numbers. The next thing you realize, you're yelling at your kids because they're being too loud. But once you become a parent, you have a choice. You get to decide what parts of our parents we get to keep, their love, their work ethic, their sense of humor, and what parts we want to leave behind. So please grab your favorite drink, get comfy with it. Damn, nice mug. I'm gonna get you one of these. You're beautiful.
Click on the link for the merch.
Click on the link for the merch, and this is you designed this logo, beautiful logo. Their sense of humor and what parts we want to leave behind. So grab that drink, get comfy with it, and let's start chatting. Because guess what? We've officially entered the gentleman's hour.
Hey, did your parents ever tell you to drop the link, fool?
No, not drop the link.
I mean, drop the intro.
Hey, you were looking so good. Hey, that's one of those ones where you're right at the goal line, you fumble.
Damn. Yeah, right now, dog, like the Spurs.
All right, so here we go. Let's drop that link. All right.
Drop that link.
All right. So you
My
see
bad.
you see the subject. The subject is and I don't want this to get bad, I'm not going to bash my parents, but like we said in the past, yeah, you can say what has changed,
can do it.
You can do it different.
You can do it graciously.
Right.
Or gracefully.
Before we start,
with grace. Do it with grace.
That's our little public notice to all the parents out there. Please don't take this personal. Me and Louie are just trying to do a little certain thing. Hey, wait till our kids have a podcast in 20 years. Let's see what they say about us. It ain't going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Well, at least about me. All right. So first question. Here we go. When you look at your parents now, Louie, what traits do you realize you've inherited, for better or worse? Like, yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
You know, it's funny that you bring this up, because recently I think I was thinking about certain things or whatever. The number one thing I think is work ethic, for sure, from my dad.
Yeah, you've mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I picked up from him. And I think when I was younger, I didn't realize it. I didn't appreciate it. For sure, I didn't appreciate it. I didn't realize it, and it wasn't until I think we got the house, and I was like, man, like there was so much stuff that we needed to do, and I'm like, and I just started doing stuff, and I realized, like, dude, it was stuff that he showed me, like stuff that little tricks of this, or little, ways to get around this, and and there's a lot of stuff that I took and I improved it, because he was very hands-on. But he was very limited with like the tools that he had. Like, he would use one saw for everything. And it was like, dude, there's different blades, there's different type of saws, there's band saws, circular saws, whatever. And I just think he always worked with what he had. And sometimes he didn't have much, and he made it work, dude. Like, and there's ways to get around it. So that for sure is the number one thing. He's very good at problem solving. He's not educated. He never went to school. I think he went to like second grade or something like that, and then that's when they went back to Mexico. Damn. But he's very good, bro. Like he'll like figure stuff out, and he never quit. He never gave up. From my mom, I would say she tends to tell people that that she was a funny one. I mean, I don't think I've really seen it. I think my dad's funnier than she is, but
really?
I think there's people that say that I think one of my aunts, her sister, my Tia Martha, I think she said that she was very quick and witty. So, I mean, that's a trait I guess I picked up from her. I don't know.
Do you think she's quick and witty?
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but also she's very reserved when it comes to like
You've
certain
only had
things. Where
40 some years with her. You haven't seen it yet.
yeah, no, I don't think I've seen it, bro. Like I'm telling you, I think she tends to be very reserved, and I don't know if she kind of thinks like joking around is like slacking off.
Right.
And I'm all about joking around, dude. I've said it
Right.
before. I'm very. I tend to like joke around at the worst time. I don't take everything as serious as I should, but yeah, I don't know. As a parent, she was very good at kind of working with what she had. So I think maybe I get that from both of them. Where kind of and obviously I feel like I'm fortunate to have more than they did. So it makes parenting, I think, a lot easier.
Yeah.
Than it was for them. But I mean, that's probably it from both of them.
From me, it should be the same, but my dad, who's your brother, so has the same dad as you, got that work ethic, but guess who didn't get it? Shit went.
The filthy one.
Shit went right over my head. I mean, from the time I was a kid, lazy, sleeping in, he's doing all the yard work. I didn't get up till 1:00, and then I try to go outside to help, and he's like, "I've been done for 3 hours."
Yeah, he's sitting out there drinking lemonade. He's drinking lemonade, and you're like, "What are you doing up?"
I just didn't get that work ethic. Well, I shouldn't say that. I can definitely buckle down and take care of business, but I don't have it in that traditional, like, I'm up at 8 a.m., I'm outside working, or I never call in sick from work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that.
Do you think, okay, so do you think it's manual labor? Because you can have work ethic, and I think it like translate to maybe
true.
not doing manual labor. Because my dad was manual labor because he had no choice.
Yeah.
So if he passed it on to your pops and he passed it on to me, like I took it like I don't like working in an office. I don't like being indoors. I don't like that. I'm better hands on.
I like working outdoors too. Yeah. Same. I just wasn't able to get into that, go that route. But I actually like getting my hands dirty and doing stuff like that. No, I don't consider it that. I don't consider it like, oh, if you're doing actual, blue collar work, then you're considered not lazy. No, I just mean I could do an office job and still be not lazy. I could still be up at 6 a.m. I could still be taking care of business. I'm not like that. I like to take the easy route, the easiest route. So if you tell me, oh, you can do this, here's your job. Well, I could do it this easy way and I still get the job done. And everybody's happy. But
that's a way. That's also a way of problem solving, though.
Yeah, but like my dad, I think he told me one time, I don't even know if I should say it, but he was like, yeah, because he worked for Williams, and he was like, I dedicated my whole life to him, and I never called in. Now I look back, I regret that a little, like I maybe shouldn't have put my work so high, because they didn't really, as soon as I left, that was it. They didn't care. Like, it wasn't like they respected him anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, so I remember him saying that. I don't remember exactly word for word, but he said something to that effect, because I never saw him miss a day of work. I never saw him calling sick. I'm sure he did, but I never can recall a day where my mom was like, "Oh, your dad's homesick." Like, what? I never, he just went. So that's the kind of the work ethic I'm talking about. Like, I respect that. Shoot, I wake up with a sniffle. I'm like, oh, I better call in sick. And calling in sick is just not walking into the home office. It's not even. But you know what? Wow. I'm going to say, when I was young, I used to do some hard labor. Like I did, I worked at, before it turned into Macy's, Robinson's May, and we'd unload the trucks. And we used to have to get there like 5 a.m. And from like 5 to 9 a.m., we're just unloading trucks straight. I mean, it was like, bro, I would get home, because we get there at like 5 a.m., so I'd get home at like 1 in the afternoon. I would just go into my, I had a little studio and just fall asleep on the bed, just die, because I was like, that so much physical labor just killed me, you know what I mean? I mean, and then we'd unload furniture trucks. So it was like real, I was helping customers put furniture into their cars and stuff. So it was real labor, and I liked it though, because like I felt like when I went home, I was like, I accomplished something today. Yeah, like I did work. I all sweaty, dirty. Like I just unloaded, in 4 hours. I just did 4 hours of unloading a truck. Like
that's crazy, because like Laura worked for Robinson's May, one in I think North Hollywood. I think.
Okay. I did it when I was in San Diego, yeah.
Nice.
I loved it, though. I
Nerds.
loved it. But I wish I could do something like just a warehouse job, or sometimes I see the landscapers. They work for the city, so they're probably making good money. And I see them, working on the side of the road. I'm just like, I would love, to be doing that right now instead of
Not in the summer, dog.
yeah, maybe not then, but I'm just saying, like I don't,
seasonal.
instead of having to
in fall.
do my job and be stressed out, like I would have no stress. Like, what's your stress? Just clean up that site. Like, I'm good with that. Like, yeah, it's hard labor, but I would much rather do that. But anyways, like, so yeah, I didn't really get that from my dad. The thing I got from my mom, as far as like raising kids, I would say, she was a lot more serious about her work too than I am. I mean, she would be at work till 8 o'clock at night if she could, 9 o'clock at night. Like, she was one of those ones, just like, she was all in on work. I was never like that. I've never been like that. But what I did get from her is just the stressing of like education and school.
Which is good.
But you know me. I'm not trying to hide it that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I've never been that bright. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
thought you were a scholar and a gentleman, dog. Come on, what's going on here?
I'm a gentleman, but I'm not much of a scholar.
Yeah, this
I've
is
always
the scholar
been in
hour.
Even in like, I remember in like junior high or whatever, they have like the class, they would have like 3 levels. There was like the high level, it was like the Asian kids and the Indian kids. They were doing all the like super crazy algebra 2 in 5th grade. Then there was that middle, they were just doing regular stuff. And then there was that low level, like, hey, we'll just give them addition and subtraction. That was me, bro. So I've never been one to be, fooled as being a bright, sharp student. So for my mom, I think that was her biggest accomplishment for me, is the fact that she got me to somehow believe that, yeah, I need to go to college and I can do it. And I did it, because I shouldn't have, bro. I shouldn't have. I mean, I hate school. I still do to this day. It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but you got it done, bro.
Right. But that was because she convinced me that I need to. There's no other way. It was like, you're going to college. So I don't know what's happening with your grades right now, but you need to figure it out because you're going to college. This was in like 7th grade. I was already failing.
Hell yeah.
She was like, you need to figure it out because there's only one option for you, and that's going to college. Once we got into high school, and I think my parents were like, I don't think this fool is going to college, because my grades were bad. Then that's when my dad was like, hey, all right, if you're not going to college, that's fine, but you're going to the military. You're not just going to be at home.
You got to do something.
You're doing something. So I was like, the military? So that's when I went to the community college and got serious and got good grades to go to college. But
they both had an influence on you.
Right. So they both had an influence. My dad always appreciated his hard work and his work ethic. Even though I didn't necessarily adopt it, I appreciate it. I respect it. Like it.
Oh yeah.
He was that's a good father figure to look up to. They're showing me how to, hey, he puts his family and going to work to get that paycheck ahead of everything else. That's his main responsibility. So I respect that. So I got that from him. My mom, I got the education. And with my kids, I would say I probably stress more of her, because same thing with them. I said, you guys are all going to college. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Of course, I don't think college is for everybody. If it happened to be that one of them doesn't, I'm perfectly good with that. I just want them to be good, respectable, contributing, citizens of this country, not just, but right now they all seem to be, the 2 already in college, and my son his grades are out of control. So he's definitely going to college. So
yeah,
in the end it worked. I don't know if it's, I just fooled him into thinking it, or, I don't know, but either way, I know that stems from my mom, because she's always been the one pushing from the day I was, a young mental. Would you call me a Roomba in the last episode? I was just bouncing into walls. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just walking into walls. But she was the one that'd be like, "Hey, this kid might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's gonna somehow go to college."
He's no Dyson. What is that? What's the high end vacuum? He's more of a Roomba.
He's a Roomba, yeah. But I appreciate that, because she single-handedly convinced me that I'm going to college, and it worked. Mind over matter, I guess, because I actually did. So I 100% give her that credit. She didn't give me any other. I didn't know there was another option.
You were like, no, that's it. Either this or I die.
Either this or I got to go to Nam, Vietnam.
Bro, right. Maybe Desert Storm, or not even that.
Not even that. I missed that too. All right. Next one. That was only question 1, bro. We're already 30 minutes in. Do you think your parents ever consciously chose what to keep from their parents, or were they just winging it? So like that sounds kind of weird, but like, do you think your parents took stuff from their parents, or do you think did you ever hear them talk about their parents and like, yeah, they were super strict, that's why I am, or do you think they just like, no, I'm doing it completely on my own?
You know, you know what? I've had this conversation in my head so many times, especially when I was younger, especially when I was a teenager, like kind of wild out, and they were like, you know, this and that, and they were very strict with me. They were very like helicopter parents, I guess. They were hovering over me for a lot of stuff, and they kind of kept me on a tight leash. And when I would wild out, I remember there was one time where I felt like my mom wanted to slap me, but she didn't. Because I told her, like, she told me, she says, you know what, you're not going to understand this until you have kids or something like that, right? Because I guess I was acting up or whatever, running my mouth or something. I don't remember. And no, she said something like that. And then she like mentioned, she's like, God's going to punish you when you have kids, right? And I said, whoa. And, you know, I was a teenager. Damn. I must have been like in maybe like 10th or 11th grade. Yeah. And I told her straight up, I said, well, if that's the case, like, what did you do to my grandma that God's punishing you now with me? You know what I mean? Because that's how I took it. And, you know, like I said, I was kind of an a-hole.
That's all I say. That's kind of slap worthy, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. And she didn't react, and she was kind of whatever. And I mean, I think me being the youngest, like my dad, obviously, you know, my dad had a bunch of kids from his first marriage. Had my sister Rosie and me with my mom, and then she had my sister Miguel with her first marriage. So their background is very, very different. Like my dad's obviously, you know, he's really old, and his dad died when he was young, and he kind of had to take the role of I guess because he was the older one, for his siblings and for my grandma. And my mom, I think she was like, I don't know, if, like in a relationship or whatever with like my sister's dad, like at a young age, and just went through some stuff with him. And my grandpa was murdered. And then like, it's just the background for that is so crazy to me. And like I said, at the time I didn't think about it. So maybe like now that I'm saying this and what I told my mom when I was a teenager, like that's kind of messed up. So whatever, like I didn't know it at the time, but I don't ever recall them kind of talking about their parents unless they were talking like bad, like especially my dad. My dad had a real issue with my dad just being alcoholic and dying, and kind of like had him having to take over. He mentioned some of the siblings, like I think my Tia Angelina, he was very like grateful when she got married and she was like 15, but because it was one less mouth that had to be fed in that family because they were just dirt poor, dude, like stuff like that, bro. And it's like, then I'm like, man, like, what am I complaining about?
And they weren't worried about how good of parents they were. They were just trying to survive and have their kids
bro.
You know what I mean? It was a different time.
So how would I expect them to apply any of that
right
to me?
Right.
They're probably looking at me like, dude, this fool's fucking spoiled, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and like, which I was,
right,
compared to their upbringing. I mean, I'm sure they would have loved to have.
That's a good thing, though, bro. Like and your kids are gonna be more spoiled than you. That's how it should be.
My
you know what
kids,
I mean? That's
are crazy
good.
Spoiled, dude.
Yeah,
but
that's that. You know, that's why I tell my kids. I say the same thing. I say, you guys are the most. Yeah. I was beyond belief spoiled, and you guys put me to shame. You guys are even 10 times more. So it's like, isn't that kind of what we're supposed to do for our kids? That means you made their life better.
Yeah, I think every generation has it easier. It trickles down, whatever.
Right.
But yeah,
if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right.
Yeah. I don't see them kind of changing anything from the way they were raised. They kind of just, I think they had different fears, especially, you know, they were raised in Mexico and then they come here. And I think their biggest fear was that I was just going to become a gang member and I was going to get killed. And, you know, thankfully that didn't happen, and that's what they were trying to keep me from. But, yeah.
That's cool, bro. What were we even talking about? I don't even know. Was that the first question?
No, the second one, fool. You said something about...
are they winging it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because my dad never talked about even, like, how his mom raised him, if she was strict, if she was... So I have no idea. My mom was pretty open. She would always be talking about her parents. But she kind of put him. I'm not gonna say in a bad light. It was a negative light, but she also she loved her dad. She used to love her dad more than her mom back in the day. She used to tell me. And then as she got older and had kids too, then she realized what her mom had kind of gone through, and so she kind of started to see the struggle that her mom had gone through to raise them and all that. So she started to appreciate her mom more and like, okay, wow. So it wasn't all how I thought, because her dad was fun and, the party guy and always taking the kids everywhere and having a good time. But my grandma was the one stuck at home having to deal with all the, he was wild and he was, Desiree flashing ass.
Flashing the Glock or what?
I'm talking about my grandma who's passed away and you're over here flashing ass. God, do we have, this is the gentleman's hour. There's no class anymore, bro.
This isn't romper room.
So, yeah, this ain't the romper. I tell Louis everything. He's my co-host. He has to know what's going on. He has to know what's going on. But anyway, so my grandmother was super strict. In the end, I think she had nothing but love for her mom and her dad. Her dad, my grandfather, died when I was just a baby, so I don't, he was a hardcore alcoholic. But she loved her dad. She started seeing his faults later on once she became a mom and started seeing okay, maybe he wasn't the greatest father. I mean, no, he was the greatest father, maybe not the best husband and supporting his wife and, helping to run the household and all that. He was just the wild, carefree, having fun. And that's all great for the kids, all love him. But then, my grandmother was the one stuck having to, handle all the business. So my mom would talk about that. And I think that's part of the reason. Because what she said is that she used to get her ass beat, bad. That's how it was back then. And she said everybody, all the kids, that's how it was. She went to school when there was nuns, and the nuns would beat you. So it was getting beat at home is nothing. You're getting beat at school.
Yeah.
So to her, it was just normal. So I think she didn't go as hard at us, obviously, that she got. But that, I think, is the reason why she used to kind of, when she did go crazy and beat the shit out of us, she beat the shit out of us. You know what I mean? I mean, she denies it now, but I'm not gonna lie and say it was a nonstop it wasn't all the time, but when she lost
it was as needed,
and it was deserved. Yeah. So,
but I was telling you, I honestly think my mom should have slapped me, but with my mom, because my mom, I don't know how you were, but my mom was the disciplinary.
Same.
My dad never hit me.
No, same
at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
he tore into me verbally. There's stuff that I've never told anybody that he's told me, and I'm just cool, whatever. But my mom was the one that would discipline me, and I think when I turned 12 or 13, she stopped.
Yeah, same.
And with me, I think it was because I grew. I got taller. And I think she probably thought this was going to hit me back or something. You know what I mean?
No, bro, it's the same story for me. So it was about the same age, maybe a little bit older because I feel like it was 13, 14. But we were in her room and she was pissed at us or whatever. And she made me and my sister go in there to help her make the bed. And I'm just doing something. And I'm kind of talking with my sister and we're laughing and joking. And she's getting pissed because she's she's mad. And she's mad that we're not scared and sad. I'm cracking jokes with my sister. And so she flips out because we're basically not taking her serious, and she comes over, I'm going to spank, just with her hand. She hasn't grabbed it. If she would have grabbed a bell, I probably still would have been oh, no, because that still hurts. But she came over to spank me with the hand. And I just kind of looked at her and that's probably cocky and stupid too. And just kind of laugh, what are you doing? That doesn't hurt anymore. I'm just stop, please. I'm just stop. Okay, you're mad. We get it, but just stop. We're not going to go through all this because this doesn't hurt at all. And after that, I don't think I ever got spanked again. That was the last time when she saw it. Just kind of, I was already way bigger than her. It had no effect. But yeah, the same kind of thing. That's when
that what
was that was the last time I
see
think
her.
I got
I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna be when was the last time you hit me? Because. Yeah, I think I could not tell you.
Or why did she stop? Why? Because she was afraid.
You know what? I think that's what it was. I think she thought maybe I was gonna swing back or something. I don't know.
You had that shaved head too. I would have been scared too.
No, you know what? I didn't have the shaved head yet. No,
okay.
That didn't happen until high school.
Oh, then she was probably even more scared.
Well, by then I wasn't You know what? My teenage years, like I said, middle school was probably the worst one for her. And then high school, I think I stayed out late. I ditched a lot. Underage drinking. That's another episode. We'll go into that, but
and actually say that because you're right. I do want to do it. Just underage partying and high school partying and all that.
I wasn't violent. I wasn't like crazy disrespectful. Like I would go to school still. Yeah. I would, I had a part-time job. So I did what I had to do, but, I partied in between and, she didn't like it. And at a certain point, it was like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, well, because that's what I want to do. And, I never got violent with her. I never broke anything. I talked back, but.
Well, you broke her heart.
So I probably did. No, for sure. Yeah. My poor mama. I love that woman.
We all did.
I love my woman. I love that woman so much.
That's good, bro. That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Okay, how about this? Who was stricter? Or, you already basically said, your mom, because you said your dad never disciplined you.
And that was actually my the nun at my gifted magnet school that I used to go to.
Are you serious or no?
Oh, no, okay. Fool, come on.
Yeah, and that was the same as my mom. My mom was the one who disciplined, spanked, all that. My dad would always just threaten, but he never did. He never laid a hand on me. He never even yelled, but he would, when he was pissed, you knew just to stop. Like, okay, I see that look in his eye. Like, okay, I'm not pushing it all. Where my mom, I might, she's little. Like, I might push it with her and see, I might talk back a little. When I could see my dad was actually scared, like, remember that time I told you on a previous show where I had detention? He picked me up, and I'm like, hey, where were you? He was like 20 minutes late. I'm like, hey, man, what's going on?
He was here 20 minutes,
and he just
to pick you up from detention.
If you weren't a bad kid and got detention, and I was just like, and I remember for the whole rest of the car trip, I just sat in the back with my mouth shut, like, oh, I could see he was probably pissed. He had to go all the way back over to pick me up. Yeah, so, but he wasn't a disciplinarian. My mom was. So, yeah. All right. How about this? What legacy do you want your kids to choose to keep from you? Like, what are your traits that you hope they carry on?
I think I'm old school, so I think work ethic, problem solving, and I want them to have a better relationship than I do with them. Because I feel like I have a great relationship with them.
Wait, you want to have you hope they have a better relationship?
I want my kids to have a better relationship with their kids than I do with them now.
How though? If you say you have a
because I have a great one, so if they can improve it,
you think?
Yeah, man. I mean,
hey, you might have laid out the perfect game plan, bro.
I hope so, bro. Because I cherish the conversations I have with these kids, bro. Like, you have no idea. Like, there's some times where I'm just sitting on the couch and I look over and like I'm watching the Laker game with Nick. And I'm like, damn, I love this boy, dude. Like, this kid is great, right? Or there's times where I'm sitting on the table, like whatever, and then Cass is come home from work and she's just like, you know what, this and this and blah 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 blah, and we'll do it. And I'm like, man, I love this girl, dude. Like this is a great human being becoming a full blown adult. Yeah. And Natalia, the conversations I have with her, because I'm the one who takes her to practice. We go there, hey mama, what do you want to do? But okay, yeah, and then she breaks it down. I'm the one who picks her up from school half the time. And just the conversations that as soon as we jump in and she's like, oh, they started doing whatever, door monitor and I want to be blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, like I love those kids so much, bro.
Yeah.
So if they can turn that into their relationship with their kids, I did good, bro. That's all I need. That's all I need. Because, man, I love communicating with those kids, bro. 100%.
And see, that's crazy because I'm the complete opposite. I can't stand my kids.
That's what you were saying right before we started recording. You're like, guess what?
No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I'm not complete when they're not all here. I'm starting to get better at it, but because because my daughters now, even when they're home now on the first year they went to college, when they came home for summer break or winter break, they were here on that couch the whole time. Like they never left, they never did anything. Now they come home and they're gone. They're like at the beach with other friends, or they're going.
It's like they're not even there.
It's like they're not even there. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, they're here, but like maybe I'll see them once a week. So that that makes me sad, but I know that that's them also growing up and becoming independent. It's not all about me. They don't need to come home and hang out with me 24/7. I get that. But now that my son is leaving too next year, I am starting to like, gosh, dude, that's going to be like, who do I talk to? You know, who do I take to school in the morning? You know, that little drive, you know, playing the music. Who do I pick up where it's like, hey, can we go to the store? Let's go get it. Yeah, let's go, bro. You know what I mean? Like all that is just going to be gone. Like, I'm just going to be here. Like, what the heck am I going to be doing? So, yeah, it's the same, bro. The same, like, I don't think I always knew I wanted kids. I love kids. I love hanging out with kids, playing with kids, not in a creepy way, but I never knew that I would be like so in love with my kids. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I never knew that. Because until you actually have kids, even when they were first born, I was like, all right, what's this little ball headed fool? Like, I don't have it. I don't feel any connection. I didn't carry him for 9 months. I got no connection to this homeboy. All I know is this fool's going to take more of my food and my drinks at the house. So like, but then all of a sudden as they start getting older, you're like, oh, how the hell am I best friend? How am I best friends with a 6-year-old? You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. But
yeah, dude,
that's how it works out. So
I mean, for me, like I said, I never thought about having kids. I never said like, oh, I really want to have kids. But yeah, I didn't realize that I was gonna love them so much. Yeah, just for being themselves, bro. Like, right, especially when you start seeing the certain traits. Yeah, as they get older, I think the thing that the four of us have in common is a sense of humor. The sense of humor, the random like facts that only we understand. The quickness, bro. The quickness is scary. And I don't know if it's because of our interaction. I don't know if it's in the blood. Like hanging out with you and talking to you, I think it's in the blood. Because not a lot of fools can be quick and be witty. And I feel like you are quick and you're witty, and I feel like I see that. I'm like, damn, like I think it's in the blood. So I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, I embrace all of it, bro. I love it.
I feel like there has to be personality traits, and that's one of them that is carried down. You know what I mean? Like, even though we don't have a direct line, we do have a line. You know what I mean? So although your dad's maybe traits or genes hit me later than they hit you because you're his direct son, it's still they're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I believe that. I
was thinking like especially like when my dad's siblings, like maybe like I feel like they were all funny because I remember interacting with like my aunts and my uncles off of that side, and I feel like to a certain point they were funny, but I think their lives were just so rough that maybe they didn't have time to be funny. Like, I mean, I feel like I had a rough life. I feel obviously it's way easier than my parents' life, but I think that's probably why I try to joke around a lot and I try to find the funny side of things because, you know, why not? It's I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like also it's just gotten a lot more tense, and I don't even know why. Who knows? You know, I don't know all the family drama on the Aguilar side or why, you know, nobody gets together anymore, but like in big groups how they used to, like when I was young. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, people grow apart, whatever. But yeah, you're right. It was a lot more lighthearted and fun back in the day. You know what I mean? But maybe you're right. There was less pressures. You know, there was less. Who knows? Like, we can't speak for what they were feeling or what they're thinking or what they're going through. Who knows? Maybe me and you in 10 years are going to be all stressed out and angry, you know, whatever. I don't know. Who knows? But, yeah. Okay. All right, let's go to this next. This is, of course, T.O. Louis' favorite segment, rapid fire questions. He loves that rapid, that hit it and quit it. This one is called Bang or Pass. Bang is obviously good. Pass is like, nah, I'm done with that. And these are all like family kind of things. First one, sit down family dinners. Bang it?
Oh,
Or
bang,
pass it?
bang for sure. Bang, bang, bang.
Do you
Love
guys do it
Love it. Yeah.
on just like a
Yeah,
certain day or all of the every day?
You know what? Right now we do it. Usually it's for sure. It's myself, Nick and Natalia every day. Cass goes with her mom like every other weekend, so she's not there. But for the most part, she's there. And then Laura works evenings, so I would say on a good like a Saturday, it'll be the five of us, and yeah, I mean we sit down. There's no phones allowed.
Dang, that's cool.
The phones are not at the table, and yeah, man. I mean we have conversations. We eat. We enjoy our time. I'm all for it. Bang, bang, bang.
That's dope. See, for me, we used to have that more when I was when they were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we would have, we do a little family prayer. We would sit down, everybody talk. I love that. As soon as the girls kind of left for school, actually, maybe even by the time they got to high school, I think it kind of faded away. So we eat together. We always still eat together, but we don't do it at the table anymore. I don't even think our table only holds like 4 people now. It's a small little table, so we couldn't even do it anyways. Yeah. But we still have like we'll have like a specialty food, like my daughters, me and Desiree all like sushi. My son doesn't, but hey, we're gonna do sushi night Thursday night. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And we go, and then we get in. We all eat together. We're having a good time. We're cracking up. The only one missing my son, but. So we still do like that, and we always eat together, but we don't all sit down together at the table at the same time. We're eating at the same time, but we're not at the same table. And I do miss that because you're right. There is a difference. There is a difference to where, my daughter's at the table, and then me and my son are at the couch, and we're all talking and laughing or whatever we're watching or whatever. But it's not the same as eating together, sharing that family meal. So I do miss that. And I don't know what's stopping me. I actually, when the girls come back, I'm going to do that because I even started saying, hey, Sunday, we should do like a Sunday dinner. Let's all sit down, everybody help contribute to make something. So we have a big old meet, but we get lazy and don't do it. But I am going to, that's a good thing. And you're right. I'm going to try to bring that back, as well.
I mean, but also like I have younger kids, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I remember like with me, like with my parents, like dinner was non-existent. Like my mom would only cook like lunch, right? Because my dad was at home, so I would come home and there would be like a meal for lunch, and then for dinner you were kind of on your own. Like you want leftovers or you want like a TV dinner or like a Chef Boyardee. So then I would eat whatever, and then I kind of ate at the table. My dad would have like tea. And then like a PB&J or something, right? But he'd already be in the room, like chilling.
Yeah.
So yeah. So a lot of stuff changed once I started. Like once I hit high school, I was gone. I was leaving, or I had a part-time job. Like so, I think I get what you're saying because life happens, bro, and
life happens. It's hard to keep up those.
Yeah, it changes things. Yeah.
All right. Bang it or pass it. Tough love parenting.
Can I caress it and then like pass it? I mean, I feel like
you want to it.
I feel like I banged it with Cass because she was the first one, so she got the more strict of it. But I passed it for Natalia and partially for Nick. Nick got some of it, but not as much as Cass. And Natalia didn't get as much as Nick, and for sure.
What are you talking about? Spanking? Are you talking about spanking?
Yeah.
So that sounds like me, bro. Same thing. Like I spanked my daughters when they were young. I was real tough on them, grades, all that. I mean, grounding. I was serious about it. And then with my son, it just all went out the door. And I don't know why. I asked him the other day. I was like, hey, did I ever spank you? Do you ever remember spanking you? He's like, yeah, a couple of times, but. It was when he was real little, so it's like not even real. It was in my hand. But I got to a point where mainly because my stepson, I was beating the crap out of him, and it was just like, this isn't, I don't know, this is not good. This isn't working for anybody. I'm more upset at the end of it. He's upset. My other kids are upset. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't working for anybody. And in the end, it didn't fix anything because he was still doing whatever. He still had issues that weren't being fixed. So what? I'm just gonna beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, what'd you get out of
his life? Yeah, well, there's nothing's being fixed. So that was when it kind of just like started to like, is beating your kid the right? Maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe I didn't know any, because that's all I knew. That's what my parents, when you act up, you get beat. So, but that was, I think it was when the girls were about to get to junior high and my son was still, that I just kind of was like, I think I even told him like, hey, I'm not spanking you guys anymore just because I don't get the point of it. It's not working. The only person who gets upset after it is me. Like, this is just, and I cut it off. But honestly, I felt better after that. And I felt like I was still able to discipline them and get the same out of just like taking stuff away, doing stuff like that rather than like spanking them. I don't know. I just, after a while, I was like, what, who invented this whole beating the shit out of your kids? I don't like it, So, and I remember because when I got beat as a kid, I hated it. You know what I mean? It was like, I remember going in the room after and just like crying and had the lights off and just sad. Like, my mom hates me. You know what I mean? It was like, you end up thinking your parents hate you.
Do you think it fixed, not fixed, but it corrected, I guess, the issue or whatever? Like, did you connect those? Like, oh, I did this, so I didn't want to get beat, so I'm not gonna do it. Because I know I didn't. I was like, oh, fuck. You kind of at a certain point you start reasoning in your head like, if I do this and they find out, like, I'm gonna get smacked. All right, cool, whatever.
I think they just could have taken the Nintendo away from me, and I still would have been like, what? No, all right. You know what I mean? You could have the same result. You don't have to beat the shit out of me. You could have just taken my Nintendo away from me for the
but they don't know that. They don't know that.
Yeah.
Or they didn't know that.
Remember, this is years and years and years of spanking, thinking that that's the way to go. Yeah. I don't know. It might still be, but for me, it wasn't. My daughters, I spanked a lot. My son, I didn't at all, and they pretty much turned out the same. So I don't know. I don't know if that's like a case study that shows you don't need to, but
that should be, because I have a homeboy that is there's 3 brothers, and then the youngest is a girl, and the dad would like whoop the 2 older ones. If like the younger 2 acted up, the 2 older ones got it.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Because they were supposed to be in charge or whatever.
Bro, they're not parents.
I know, but
that's how I feel.
Isn't that suck that that's how? Yeah, that's how it was back in the day. Yeah. The older kids were the ones that had to take care of them.
Back in the 1900s.
Yeah. All right. What about old school gender roles? Bang them or pass them?
Old school gender roles?
So
I say bang them.
Okay, and that's the same. Like, I know I'm not trying to tell my son, hey, you got to go slap your chick around, but I do want him to know that there is a responsibility with being the man. Being a man, having your own house, how you're running that house. Well, quote unquote, usually the wife is, but
quote unquote,
you're technically the head of the household. You need to make sure that your house is run good, and So I want him to know. I constantly try to like enforce that, bring that out. Maybe we're talking about something. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm not going to be around. Someday you're going to have to be doing this. This is right up your alley. This is going to be your job, bro. You're going to be the man of the family. What are you going to do? You're going to ask your wife to do that stuff? Like, you need to take care of it. So I definitely will push that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I'm not pushing him slapping chicks.
Yeah,
I'm not pushing.
I'm not cool with that. Yeah, I'm not cool with
none
that.
of that
like,
craziness.
You need to keep her in check now. Like, respect your wife, honor her, love her, all the good stuff. But also,
unless her name's Dirty D. Unless her name's Dirty D. You know how she acts.
She's gonna come back and baton to the side of the head. But
that's good. So you believe in those too. Like, a man should be the man, and he should have some responsibilities.
Of course. Okay. Like, also, cool. But also, I don't think he needs to be like the woman is waiting on him hand and foot.
See, I'm all about that, but I'm going to tell him no to that too.
Yeah,
but I think he's seen Desiree taking care of me, so he's starting to think, Because like sometimes she'll make dinner, she'll bring it to me, and I'll be like, "Hey, Tail, go make your shit." You're like, "Come on, man, you need to." You're not. There's only one. There's only one king in this household. You know what I mean? There's no king's protest for me. I'm the king. They're not getting rid of me, bro.
Go protest by the mailbox.
Yeah, you can protest all day. Guess what? I'm staying.
What?
So
it ain't flying here.
All right, next one. Respecting elders, no matter what. Bang it or pass it.
Bang it. Only because I feel like the elders that I know, they don't really get out of hand.
Okay.
I mean, if they get out of hand and they're like, oh, disrespectful, or they're disrespecting you or whatever, then maybe pass it. But if they're cool with it, then they're cool with it, and they're good, honest, old school people. Bang it out for sure.
Yeah, and I agree too. I taught my kids always that, we don't know any like weird ass uncles, Theos that are creepy. We don't know any.
I'm a little weird, but I'm not creepy.
Okay. So
Eccentric.
I've never been afraid of, so like I tell them, hey, anybody that's your elder in your family, you need to, show respect to as a basic, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Until they fully disrespect you, and then you can go in, okay, I'm going to cut them off. But if they haven't, we respect our elders. When you go to my mom's house, you go say hi, you give her grandma a hug, you offer to throw the whatever needs to be done, you take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the same way. What about talking about emotions? Bang it.
Bang it for sure, dog. Hopefully.
Or pass that ish, bro.
Nah, bang it. Bang it.
Okay.
Caress it, love it, make it yours. But it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's that one. That one's kind of a. If you establish it early, then it'll be easy. But if you never even addressed it and then want them to express it, they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you gotta do your part.
Yeah, and see, that's why for me, I am bang it too, but it's harder for me because I was never good at talking about my emotions. I'll definitely show my emotions, crying and doing that when I'm not, and I'm trying to hide it. But as far as like talking about my emotions, I've never have. I am doing it more now, so yeah. But I'm definitely all about it. I try to tell my kids that you need to talk about. My girls are good at it. My son, we're getting there. But it's getting better. So I think as he gets older, we'll open up more to each other. Maybe I need to open up more to him. I don't know. Okay, what about punishing with silence? Bang it or pass it?
Pass it.
Yeah, because that means you're not. You're not to me, that's talking to petty, them, bro. Yeah, that's more of a like I'm mad, and that's your kid or your like. No, that's not. You don't want to have that. That's like playing mind games with a. Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna fix that when you don't talk about it?
Yeah. Okay. So I agree with that. Silence and giving the silent treatment never works. Okay. Two more. The man up mindset. You pass that along to your son? Bang it or pass it?
Oh man, that one's touchy because I think that's more of a case by case basis because. Like I could tell Nick, hey, you better man up, blah blah blah. But if I don't teach him to man up, like that's my fault.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's certain times where I think you need to man up, and then there's certain times where you just need to like address the issue at hand. You know what I mean? Like I can tell him, hey, man up and whatever. But if it's like something emotional, like I can't expect him to be like, okay, yeah, push through it, and then cause more damage than good. But also I do feel like that goes back to the gender roles. Like there's certain things where you're just gonna have to man up, and handle business. So I think it's hit or miss.
I think you brought up a good point. That what did you say?
Are you crying?
No, I wish. I have heartburn. What the hell was that? The hell was I gonna say? I don't know. You brought something up, and I was like, "That's a good point," but I already forgot. I got it back.
God damn.
I'm like that. What was that? That fish, Dora. Remember
You're like that Roomba that just keeps
in a
bumping
minute.
into the wall.
Yeah, that room bouncing the walls. I forgot what I was going to say.
What
were we talking about? Man up. Yeah, man up mindset. Oh, the thing you said where you can tell your son every single day of the week, hey, you need to man up. This is what you need to man up. Until they kind of see it or know what you're talking about, you don't know what that means to
Yeah.
man up. So I think that's one of the things where you just see being around. It doesn't even have to always be around your father. I've been kind of taught how to man up from other uncles or other family members. Just a good male figure will show you
Like case by
that's
case,
how
bro,
you,
for sure.
yeah, case by case. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Last one, saying I love you and physical attraction. So I'm assuming that's like hugs and all that. Bang it or pass that bit. Oh, you got love? Oh, now you got it? How'd you get it?
What do you mean?
I had put a block on yours, bro. So you couldn't do it. Only I could.
I'm bang it, bro. Bang it for sure, but I am not. I'm bang it, but I'm not confident that it'll happen because it's hard, bro. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell another man you love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think there's like a handful of guys that I've told that I love them. You know what I mean? And like I told you, right? Like I just broke ground with my dad.
No.
I tell him I love him now when I see him, and he told me he loves me too.
Didn't you say that you wanted to say, or you hadn't?
Yeah, this happened a couple episodes ago.
Okay.
And I went, and I got my phone out. I was like, I'm gonna tell him, and I told him, and it took like 3 times.
Wait, you texted him?
No, full text. They don't even have a phone, dog.
Well, you said you got your phone out
to record.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have it on my phone, bro. And
so
I
got
told
your
him,
phone
I said, I love you.
recorded. But what did you just? Did you just say it at the end, or did you?
No, yeah, it was when I was.
Hey, Dad, I want to tell you something.
I got up and I gave him a hug. I got up, I gave him a hug, and I said, okay. I told him like in Spanish, like, oh, I'll be back. I'll see you later. Blah blah. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, and he always tells me, oh yeah, you take care of your wife, take care of your kids, especially he's really big on Nick because he's a boy, so he'll tell me take care of him because don't let him go the wrong direction. Blah blah blah. And I said, okay, yeah. And I said, okay, Dad, I'm leaving. And I go, and I patted him on the chest, and I go, I love you. And he goes, oh, okay, thank you.
He was like, all
right,
okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I said, okay. And I go, I love you. And on the 3rd time, he goes, I love you too. Oh, I ran to my truck. I got in, and I'm like crying, bro. Like, oh my God, this is all I wanted. This is exactly what I needed. So. This is still bang bang, right? Bang bang passage or whatever.
Was that the first time you heard it
from him? Yeah.
Was that the first time you heard it?
For sure from him. I could not tell you another time where he told me he loved me.
So my follow up is now it like now when you see him, is that just a regular thing? Like,
yeah, I'll tell him I love you, but he doesn't always say it back.
What does he say back?
He's okay. Like,
go Dodgers or what?
Go Dodgers! Go Dodgers! Go Tani!
So now the next question is why? How do you get it for him to say it back every time?
I don't know. I just got to keep doing it.
That's like cool though, bro.
You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. Okay. Damn, that's
dope. Shout out my dad, dog. Shout out my dad.
Shout out your pops, man. Hey,
David Aguilar Sr.
And what does that tell you? It's never too late.
It's not, bro.
To show some emotion and to have an effect. Have an effect on your kid. He just had that effect on you.
Yeah.
And you're already in your late 40s, right? Mid 40s?
I'm in my what do you mean my late 40s? I'm in my mid 40s, homeboy.
Mid. Get that mid game.
You know, but trying to be mid like you, dog.
All right. Well, do you have an outro for us, or you want me to take it home?
Let me try. Love and understand your parents because your parents worked with what they had. Sometimes it was more than others. Sometimes it was less than others. But I think at the end of the day, the love is there. The affection hopefully is there. And if you haven't hugged or kissed your parents lately, do it ASAP. Because
are you talking about the lips or the cheeks?
The cheeks, fool. Come on. Yeah. Not the butt cheeks. The
butt cheeks.
Face cheeks. The face cheeks, homeboy. Okay.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, man, do it for your parents. Your parents are the reason you're here, and you know, understand that they went through some stuff, and everybody acts different.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's a real talk.
Yeah, no.
And that's the way we got to end it. So
Why is it
that's our. That's how I do it, bro. You know I'm about cutting it, bro.
Yeah. In and out.
That's our show for today. Our parents gave us the blueprint, but it's not on us to decide what still works. Oh no, but it's on us to decide what still works and what needs to be fixed. And I think that's what we were talking about earlier. Each generation, you should be fixing what your parents did for you, so it just keeps getting better and better, right? So maybe you kept their work ethic, their heart. I can't keep up with you. Their sense of humor. Maybe you dropped the anger, the silence, or the guilt they carried without even knowing it. Either way, you're not erasing them, you're evolving them.
Wow.
So salud to them and the parts that they gave us, the parts we kept, the lessons we learned, and the parents we became basically because of them. I mean,
yep.
You know,
Directly and indirectly.
Exactly, bro. You're a poet. Until next time, stay real, stay grounded, and most importantly, stay you. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
On the Gentleman's Hour.
Same place.
Same place. Same time. Hey, we forgot. Like and subscribe. Damn it. Like and subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers. I never thought we would get there. Hey, Jaime, why don't you get us some more Hawaiian subscribers, bro? So we can go do
real, dog.
We can go do a live show out there, a little luau. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
come
right
on, bro. Sure. What's up? You know I like Kona. Bro. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. Don't log off.